So, dear Dhamma friends, we living in the world that always information become the most important thing, and everybody like to watch news. So the news means whatever the information come from east, west, north, south. So this information become valuable if the information is truth. If the information is not true, that sometimes you wasting time. So nowadays we have more opportunities to access to lot of information. So then yourself, you have to be very careful, you have to have self-discipline when you go with the information. Why? Because if that information is not true, so whatever the time that you spending on it, it become kind of like a wasting. And then your life becomes so delayed. You missing the point in life to do some profitable things to yourself and to others. Because your life is very limited. You didn't come here to live forever. So your life is belong to time. So the moment by moment, it evaporate from you. It go away from you. You cannot pull it back. So then always remember to have a quality time yourself. So that is very important. So get into a quality time. You always have to know what kind of information you have to get and what kind of information you have to follow. And watching a TV is nothing wrong. But remember, morning to night 24/7, that watching TV doesn't make any sense. You have to know what program you have to watch, which channel you have to watch, and then also you must know, watching that, what is the profitable thing that you gain to yourself. And then watching a movie, watching a drama, you have to know what kind of things you have to watch. Even listening to music, even reading a book. Just reading something doesn't make any sense. It's wasting your time. So develop this discipline inside with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. In the first level, what you like. Once you develop that discipline within yourself, it's very easy for you to come out of the unnecessary situations. So otherwise it always become a struggle. So then in this very limited time, how you can get into a very quality time? So the very first thing you have to remember, to recognize what you want. Early morning you should know. By the end of the day, what you want. Even if you can break it down to two parts. The morning, by the noon, what you want. From noon to evening, what you want. Even you can break it down to hours. Within 1 hour, within next hour, what you really want. And so then you will recognize something indicating. So that is the major thing. Oh, next hour I want to do this, that. So like that, few options start to pop up. And start to get into that. Be focused yourself. And recognize which one is the major things, or which one is the profitable thing for you. And then slowly start to focus to that. And as soon as possible within the hour, and finish it. And then you have the next hour and start to observe what is the major thing that you want to complete within that next hour and go into it. So like that, you can, as an ordinary person, in day-to-day life, you can use that technique to develop yourself. But my point is, that is not enough. It is just a basic level. But we have a more deeper goal, we have a more deeper desire, we have more deeper place to go. So that is our spiritual development. How you can use this profitable skill to your spiritual development. So every day when you sit, have yourself deeper intention. Within this 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm going to have a quality sound meditation. And myself, my mind, I don't need this thing to this or that, and I'm going to focus to this. That in day-to-day life behavior, see that you can slowly divert your spiritual practice. Of course, there are a lot of things important for you. There are a lot of things you have to do. But when you sit for meditation, there are 4 foundations in meditation: Kaya Anupassana, Chitta Anupassana, Dhamma Anupassana, Vedana Anupassana. Kaya Anupassana, contemplating your body and settle down with your body. So if you practice that within that 5 minutes, just observe and stay with the body and recognize the bodily nature. That's it. And after that, do whatever you have to do. So when you spiritually become matured, you give priority inside you to whatever the major things in that very moment. Even when you attain to the enlightenment, that is one of the best quality that all the enlightened masters develop. Look at the Buddha's character. Whenever the situation comes, early in the morning he observed, and who can understand today this dharma, where I need to be, who can I, to whom I can help. And then what the Buddha did, it doesn't matter he missed the meal, it doesn't matter he missed other people, the meetings or the king or the queen or the other important people, it doesn't matter he cannot sleep at the same temple. No, he start to keep following the major important thing. So he give the priority to that, until he complete that mission. So like that, within 5 minutes, what is the major thing that you want, and recognize yourself. That I don't want to use the word organizing. This because then you become kind of like too much with it. No, you have to be comfortable in case suddenly, even if you practice meditation, and as a mother, you practice meditation, and then you sit and you start to close your eyes, and suddenly your child, they are hit with something and start to cry. You cannot keep closing your eyes. So because it become major for you, come out of the meditation and go, and recognizing that is as a major is a profitable skill. So otherwise, if you start to think, I practice meditation, after 5 minutes I will do that. No. So like that, each and every moment recognizing this is the major thing to do. And even while you're driving, that as an ordinary person, when you drive, it is different. There is another skill when you're driving, it called defensive driving. So when you develop that skill, defensive driving, you sometimes break the ordinary rules and regulations to protect protect yourself and protect other people, and get the best out of the moment without having an accident. So that is called defensive driving. It is not just ordinary driving. So sometimes when ordinary person, when they drive, and when you see the right, that the red light, and you stop, and then when you see the green, and you go. So that's a ordinary person follow that protocol. But sometimes when it comes to defensive driving, even it is green, if you see, if there is somebody coming fast from the other side, you don't go. So in that very moment, even though legally you have to go, you don't go. So taking that decision in that very moment, in the beginning you have to learn to follow the rule, and in the deeper level you follow the rule according to necessary conditions. It's kind of like, in according to necessary conditions, you have a skill to go without the rules. So that is where you become free from discipline, and then that is where you become free from this all the rules and regulations. In the deeper spiritual practice, in the beginning you practice that all the rituals, and you practice all the disciplinary codes, then but in the deeper level, when you come to deeper meditation, so you have to develop a skill to practice major thing as major, and you have to recognize what is minor things to keep away. So in each and every moment, use and try to get the best out of it. So it is a skill. You have to be so mindful to recognize that. So when you in day-to-day life practice every moment by moment, you will see how you can develop that skill. But the thing is, rather than looking ourselves, our own, that the success in a deeply spiritual success development, most of time we trying to follow others. So that is why in this information world we are so caught up. We are so giving so much value on so much value on others, and we follow others, and finally we get into trouble. So I tell you a story. There was a very generous person, and he used to give dana every day. All the monks come, and all the beggars come. If anybody needs something, come to his house, and he never left anyone without treating well. So people used to come to this place, and everyone go happy after visiting that house. So this person was so generous, and he and his wife are practicing this generosity. After a while, what happened? Suddenly they lost their business, and they became poor. Now they are very poor family, no one visiting their home, and no one to come. And even one day that he was talking with his wife and telling, it is better no one coming here, because there is nothing to give if somebody come. And that day, with the sad mind, the worry mind, this person went to sleep. Then suddenly he saw a dream. What is the dream? The army guard, the king's guard, came to his door and knocked the door and told, this is a dream now, he's seeing. Told, remember, tomorrow morning I'm going to come to your house, and I will knock the door, and you have to open the door. And once you open the door, let me come in. After I come in, take a piece of wood and hit my head. Then I will become gold. So this the dream that came, like an angel came to this person and told. What's the dream? the army guard, the soldier from the palace will come and will knock the door and open the door and let him come in, and then take a piece of wood and hit into the head. Then the person will change to gold. So this is a dream. Then he wake up early morning. Even he forget that, but suddenly it start to came to him, and he was thinking it's a dream. Forget about this. Even if I tell this to my wife, and she will laugh. She think I am crazy. So it is better not to tell even to her. And he was so quiet. And then suddenly he heard somebody knock the door. So the wife suddenly came to the door and told, "Oh, I told this our barber to come because I tell him to cut your hair." So maybe he came early morning, and she went and opened the door. And then the barber was there, and but the man was little bit scared, thinking that because he had the dream at night, and somebody will come and knock the door. And somehow he was happy now, this barber, and the wife told him to come, and he came, and it's nothing to do with that. Now the barber start to cut his hair. While he cutting hair, the person heard again somebody knock the door. By himself, because he was in that dream little bit. Because it is a good dream, if it is possible. And then he told to wife, wait, I will open the door, don't go. And he jumped out of the seat and went and opened the door. And he couldn't believe exactly the same soldier that he saw in dream. And he opened the door and allowed him to come in. Then the wife gave a seat and started to offer some water and had a friendly conversation. Now he thought, now the person knew the dream is real. What he did? He took a piece of wood, and with the great effort, and he hit to the soldier's head. And suddenly that his whole body became gold coins. Thousand gold coins. It turned to gold coins. And the barber and the wife and he himself was so happy, and it is unbelievable. And he gave some coins to the barber and told, don't tell to anybody. Just take this and yourself be rich. So no need to work so hard, and just have a good life. And he gave a little bit for barber also. On the way, the barber was thinking, oh, this is a very good method to become rich. How he did that? I never knew these soldiers have this much power to turn to gold. And now he went home and he started to keep thinking what happened to this barber. And he thought he wanna try this. So what he did? He went out to the palace, and when he go to the palace, as you know, the guard in front, and he invited not only one guard, and he invited to 5 guards to come to his home and have some tea. So in the evening, all the 5 kings, the guards came, soldiers came to his house and knocked the door, and he was ready with the very strong stick and told, okay, come please, come. And they came inside and sat, and he advised to his wife to offer the water and having nice talk. So while they talking, what he did? This poor guy took the wooden stick and start to beat all the 5 guards. And finally, he got beaten from the guards and took into the prison. So, the case went to the king, and then in front of the king, then he told what happened. The king invited the nice person, the generous person, to see is this true. And this is true. He told this is what happened. And the barber was trying to repeat and try to follow his dream. And then the king declared each and every person should live nicely, being generous, and advised to everyone not to follow someone else's dream. So, my dear friends, if you follow someone else's dream, you have no idea. Even what you invite can put you to the great trouble. Remember that. What you invite, because you follow someone else's dream. What you ask, what you invite can put it to your great trouble. So, don't be afraid to have your own dream. Don't afraid to recognize who you are, and don't afraid to recognize what you want in your life. Don't afraid to go for it. It doesn't matter what you have to give up. Just when the day you come to reach to your destination, when the day you fulfill your dream, the entire world will respect you. That is the lesson that you can get out of the Buddha's character. Look in the samsaric journey, eons. He went through looking for Buddhahood, and he born as a Prince Siddhartha. And then the father gave him a dream to become an empire, and he had so much luxurious life, but still he had a dream in his mind. What is that? Becoming a Buddha, attain to the Buddhahood. Even he had a very luxurious life. In the other hand, he had the path to become an empire, giving up that everything. He went to jungle and start to practice meditation. After long journey, after hard practice himself, he had 5 ascetics around him. But finally, he decided himself what is right, what is wrong, what to do, and he himself recognized. That recognition lead him to come out of that all the suffering. And when the 5 ascetics see this, he give up that his practice and start to go in a different way. Even that 5 ascetics also went away. After million years, thousand eons, go through looking for Buddhahood, and came to and became the Prince Siddhartha. And after that, having this all the luxurious life, went to jungle and studied everything, and finally, without anybody around him, just alone himself, he attained to the Buddhahood. And no one was there at that day. Everyone left him. Everyone went away from him. But still today, the whole world go behind him. The whole world knee down, and the whole world like to follow him, and whole world respect him. Why? Because he attained to the Buddhahood. He attained to his goal. He fulfilled his journey. And that is the lesson that we can get out of it. You are the same. When you say Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, so that's mean you have the same quality, you follow the same path, you follow the same skill. So develop that profitable skill inside you and try to be the real Buddha's disciple. So tomorrow, Vesak full moon day. So with that, I hope you will start your life with the good and clear vision to go forward, and at the same time, and remember always, have skill to recognize what is major and what is minor. So with that, hold into your own dream. So I wish upon everyone, by the power of the soul, good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. May everyone stay safe and healthy and finally attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata ca ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idammi punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. So bless you.